Welcome back to Hammer and Sports Productions. Please keep watching our videos and please subscribe. It would be much appreciated. So, pretty much in recent surprising news, the Nets and Kevin Durant had a meeting, so to speak. And from what I can tell, it did not go well. I want to make one thing clear. I'm not surprised that he has not been traded yet. I'm not surprised by that in the least. Now, in this meeting, it came to be that Nets star Kevin Durant demanded either you can either keep me or you get rid of Nash. And I apologize, I forget the first name of the Nets GM. So it was either you keep me or you get rid of the Nets coaching staff and GM. And the Nets ownership basically said, Kevin, we're keeping our staff. And I think it's honestly a good move because the way the game is heading was not good. Plus, the way this team was structured was awful. Okay, this team had zero defense. They traded away all their depth to go get Harden, which I think they never should have did in the first place. Because by doing that, laid the foundation of them completely falling apart with losing Jared Allen and Chris LeVert. Two very good players. Yes, they I can't pronounce it correctly. Remedied that by picking up Claxton and picking up Drummond and getting rid of DeAndre Jordan. But that didn't solve enough of the issues. Yeah, it was good. Picking up Patty Mills was pretty good and everything, but this team has just been structured so awfully. It's sort of like the opposite of what happened when KD and LeBron won in the bubble. Now, yeah, the bubble helped them, but don't get me wrong, they had a good team. LeBron's team was damn deep that year. You had him and LeBron. You had KD. You had Dwight as a backup. You had Alex Caruso, the defensive guy. You had oh my God, what's his name? Who came over from Cleveland that played with LeBron? Oh my God, and he made that big mistake in the finals. You know who it is. So that they brought over him from and everything. They picked him up, and then I believe they also had a few other. So that team was deep, all right. So that's one of the reasons why they won is that they weren't just top heavy. They was also deep. They were deep. That's the problem with the Nets. They're not deep. They got KD and Kyrie, and Patty Mills. But besides that, what do they have? Really nothing. Because they've gone into this mantra with Kate. Now, yeah, they allowed it, but it's because you feel pressured. Like if you gotta win, you gotta win, you gotta win. But it backfired. So with it, I also believe this, that people are not giving Steve Nash a fair shake. While yes, he had zero coaching staff experience, he's not being allowed to do what he wants to do, I think in some cases. Coaches are not being allowed to coach. And if you're not allowing coach to coach, then what is the point? All right, that's going to do more harm than good. I've seen it firsthand in hockey. I've had coaches that could not coach, and there was one time. It was one season where we only won 2 games. I think we won. My team went 2. We had one guy who could coach, and he was good. I loved him. We went 2-23, and those 2 wins were against the same team, and that team later folded that same year. So that's not really saying much. That was one of the worst years of hockey I ever had. But yeah, and the same in basketball. Only the most successful guys are being allowed to coach. The guy in Toronto, he's being allowed to coach. Amir Doka is being allowed to do his coach. The guy in Utah was being, I believe that's Snyder. Like, if you allow a coach to coach, he can win. But if you restrict him and only say, oh, this guy has this set of rules and that sort of, then that sets a bad precedence. Just because you're a star player doesn't give you the right to tell a coach who's been in this game maybe even longer that he doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, I don't care if you're a superstar. Even a superstar doesn't always know the right answer, and the same could go for a head coach. But you're gonna have to work together to find that out. Like Michael Jordan will tell you the same thing. Dwayne Wade will tell you the same thing. LeBron will tell you the same thing when he tried to get Spoelstra fired. That that ended well for him. And look what happened. Spoelstra has become one of the greatest coaches because he was allowed to coach by Pat Riley. So I think in the end of all this, it's not going to end well. I don't know. Maybe he sits the season out because honestly, I don't want Kevin Durant on my Celtics. I don't want him. I don't want him. Because why would we want a guy that we just lit up? Why would anyone want him that just got lit up? If I want him, I'd want him for maybe a first-round pick, maybe 2, but that's it. That's all I'd give up, 2 first-round picks. That's it. So, hope you enjoyed my video. See you next time.